So very, very good morning to each one and namaste. After working on a physical body, after working on understanding how to strengthen our bones, how to strengthen our skeletal, we have another skeletal also, and that is our spiritual skeletal, which is actually the foundation of not only this reality that we can witness and this reality which we perceive as the only reality. But on many levels, many more realities that we create, that reality also can be seen, unseen. What we create is all based on what is the structure and the foundation at a soul level that we all have created and we all think that we have. So, is my past lives real? What does my soul do? Somebody on the camera needs to please switch off the video. Yeah. So understanding and sharing that when we speak about a soul's journey, majority time people have no clue. How does the soul begin their journey? How does the soul continue with their journey? And what happens there? And how does our soul move? Which is actually the foundation and the crux of what we create in our present and the crux of what we go on creating with our lives. Multiple lifetimes. There are different philosophy and religious beliefs. If Jainism, Hinduism believes very strongly in life after life, believes very strongly that there are many past lives. At the same time, Islam and Christianity may believe that there are no past lives. No one is wrong, everyone is correct. Because if one believes that this is the soul is reincarnating in a different form, and there is a belief of parallel universe realities unfolding. Honestly, when I started my journey with past life regression, when I learned it for the first time, and after that, I went to Dr. Brian Weiss to again relearn it. I learned it twice in India. I practiced for 1-2 years. Again, I repeated. I went to a very big ascended master to understand past life before I prepared my manual to teach past life regression. To understand what is religion, how does it work, how do you scientifically prove it, what exactly is that? After that, I went to Dr. Brian Weiss, understood past life from his perspective, understanding past life from the perspective of what Vayana teaches, as per the understanding of when we learn what the universe is made up of. If I have to put it in a layman's term without going very technical about it, one thing I understood that the power is in the present and the power is in the now. But our past actually, subconsciously, is constantly dictating our present. So, no matter what I have done, what I am thinking, what I have experienced before, already has a very deep programming within me. And my subconscious mind does not differentiate between the past, present, and future. In the simple layman's term, if somebody has done something wrong and have kept something wrong in their car, how we see in the movies what happens. The car is on the highway, and if the police van that they see, their hands start sweating. They start sweating, the breathing becomes shallow. Present reality is one car is going from the rear side mirror view, you see another police car coming. That is the present reality. How is it so powerful to impact your physical body that you start sweating with it? That you can't breathe. If that police van stops, that person is frozen. If that police van continues going, the person's physical body will get back to the normal rhythm. Now, the entire scenario is everything is unfolding at the mind level. The thought of the police is there to catch me is powerful enough to create the chemicals in the body where your body physically starts sweating and your body physically starts becoming breathless, is frozen. Some may even get panic attack, anxiety, nervousness, panic attack, fear, doubts, emotional body, physical body. The future reality has not yet unfolded. The future reality has unfolded at your mental space. Mentally, you have imagined something to be true, that it may happen that the police is coming to catch this person and the person starts sweating. So imagine if anything which has not yet happened in your life, just a thought that this can happen, just a thought I can die, just a thought relationship will break up, just a thought I'll be without money, just any thought is so powerful to create actual physical reality. Imagine something that you have actually experienced, how you perceived it. May that be when you are in the mother's womb. May that be that happened yesterday, 10 years back, 20 years back, 50 years back, 100 years back, 500 years back, 5,000 years back. How powerful would that be to create any impact in your present reality? So, your past, what you have experienced, is constantly programming your present reality and every aspect of your life. Now, I understand logically about this lifetime. Before that, how many of you know who were you? Where did you come from? At a soul level, where did your journey started? Where does your soul reside and what is happening? I would like to hear if anybody on the group has any understanding about it before we even understand if the past life is real or it's my imagination. Does anyone know? Who were you before you came down on this earth? Where was your soul? What did you do? Why did you choose to be born in a particular gender? Why did you choose a particular set of parents? Why did you choose a particular country? Why did you choose a particular pattern of your life. Is there anyone who can explain, has any awareness about it? I would be very happy to hear them on the platform. Anyone would like to raise their hand? No one? Don't you feel this is your foundation? Before you buy a 10 rupee pen, a 10 rupee pen, that time also you tell them, let me scribble and see whether it is working fine or not. Before you buy a 50 rupee vada pav, you want to make sure how it is. Anything small or big, you want to confirm 100 times. And something which has defined you, your foundation, you never even want to think about it. Probably the question would have occurred into your mind. If I will ask how many of you had a question and where you asked yourself, where am I coming from, then probably everybody will raise hand. Everybody will say, yes, I was thinking about it. But what did you do about it? How easily you forgot about it? How easily you don't want to invest your time and energy into it, which is actually writing your destiny, writing your karmic journey, writing every moment of your life. Every breath is being designed by it. Is the only investment which will define what's happening in your life. And nobody wants to really dwell deep into it or put in any efforts for it. So that is the only one thing which I realized when I started my journey with past life regression. Honestly, when I learned it for the first time, 1 year, I could not go back into any other time zone. My logic blocked me. My body used to start tremoring. Or my logic would give back and tell the therapist that, boss, this is a bullshit, don't tell me. This is my imagination, doesn't occur, doesn't happen. I could take people into regression. As a therapist, I did develop my skill to understand how to resolve that. I started getting my recognition as a past life therapist. So a lot of chapters and understanding in the mind started opening up, realizing that when people regressed and when what people saw in that 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, based on every human, it is very different. But when they came out, things shifted for them. So my trust into past lives started becoming stronger. After a year, I again repeated it to understand the science behind it. Because now that I have practiced it for a year, I know it. I started questioning a lot of things from the perspective, and moreover, not from the spiritual perspective, but from the perspective of developing my skills better as a past life regression therapist. Whatever I relearned, I had certain questions in the mind which I didn't resonated with that particular institute in India, one of the biggest institute, their philosophy. And then I looked who is the pioneer in the world right now. I sent them mail. I didn't get any answers because they are very busy. So I went to Dr. Brian Weiss so that I can get to stay for 7 days with him, relearn it, and that point of time, probably I can get my answers. And I just simply asked him one question. Sir, is past lives real or that's imaginary? So many times people say that there are this spirits which impact the present, where people say they are being there are haunted house, or they say that there are the spirit world, किसी की काली नजर लगी है, somebody has done black magic, somebody is being possessed. There are positive spirit world which guides people, there are negative. You have not mentioned that in any of your books. According to you, is this real or this is fake? And he answered me very beautifully. He said there are 129 students all over the world. People have come here. Out of this many people are ascended masters. This many are there. What we are learning right now is how to use past life as a therapeutic modality. What they are saying is real. But when you help them as a therapist work on the projection and not on what they have said, when you work on the projection, why are they projecting it in a particular way? You will be able to go to the core very easily and being able to reverse that very easily. So in simple terms, if I have to explain you guys one thing, it genuinely should not matter to anyone whether past lives are real or imaginary. As long as your imagination is powered so much that it can create a physical reality for you, you really wish to change your imagination. Apart from that, till the time you have not experienced a past life, you will always have this question, are they real or they are imagination? It is something like you are standing outside the swimming pool and you are learning how to swim. You can learn swimming only when you get into the water. You have to get into the water of the past lives to experience, even if it is your imagination, it is so powerful to make you feel that at a physical level, which is not possible if you have never experienced it before. So in my past life sessions, when people are sitting, and even if they are imagining themselves, somebody killing them, somebody murdering them getting their physical body, and they're very much aware. They're like, can you please switch off the AC? I'm feeling cold. How much more time will it take? I need to use the bathroom. So you're completely in control. It is not that you are losing the control. You're completely aware. I have regressed to, like, I have not count multiple lifetimes of mine. I'm completely in control. I'm aware. I can open my eyes. I see to how much time do I have. I again close my eyes very quickly. I regress and I start seeing it. So at that point of time, in full air condition where people are freezing, if they are going to an incident of they were being burned, they are sweating profusely. If I regressed in one of my past life to resolve one of my issue, I am aware. I am fighting with myself and saying, you have gone crazy. What sort of stories are you creating, Sangeeta? Something is terribly wrong with you. But at the same time, the pain is so intense that I couldn't stop myself from crying. And like, I'm like, you just go. Like, I'm like on that chair. I'm like, just go. Don't even come close to me. And in a fraction of a second, and I'm like crying, and I'm like, these people are crazy how they are abusing me. In a fraction of a second, I saw myself dying. And then I could feel the soul connected with a light which I had never experienced before. Not that I had never meditated before, I had done Vipassana, I had done many different meditations, I had absolutely brilliant experiences. But this was something which I had no words to express. Fraction of a second. For 2 hours, I was going through it and bursting headache, migraine, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what is happening. And I know I'm sitting here in this room with a therapist, and this is my imagination. It is so strong, it overwhelms you, and your body actually like goes through it, everything as if it is so real. Past lives are very real. You feel it's happening in my present. And in that fraction of a second, even before my therapist could say that, go, I could feel that, and my body language changed. And I'm like, doesn't matter to me what happened in the past. There is no pain, there is nothing. It's all gone. It's like, it does not matter to me. I don't want to even know why people did that to me, what happened. No resentment, no regrets. This energy is so powerful. But for the first time, I realized death is beautiful. That death is nothing to fear about. The soul actually connects to the light. And that is why first time I practically understood when people say that eternal joy. What does that actually mean? When we say Paramatma, Atma, and the difference between happiness and joy. And that is something to experience, not something to understand at a logical level. Because I was wondering, like here I was howling and crying, and here it genuinely doesn't matter to me. And I'm like, oh my God, I've never experienced this before. Just being there, like even for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, felt like millions of years. And how it was so peaceful, so beautiful. And then I relook at what had happened to me. I relooked at what happened in my present. Why did I choose to see that? How is it impacting my present? Do I really need to hold on to it? What did my soul learn out of it? And the minute at a thought level I changed, it beautifully changed my realities. My migraine attacks, which I suffered for years, best of the medicine which didn't help me, it stopped after that session. It didn't matter whether it was my imagination. And I just told myself, if my imagination has the power to change the reality at my present, why not? And then I dwell deep into understanding the journey of the soul. Actually, how does our soul travel? Where did we start our journey? Why, where, what happened? And that is what we actually teach in the past life class, because it takes pretty long time to explain. Probably on this platform, even if I start, not that I want to wait for anyone to come for the class, I would be very happy to share it here. But it does take a lot of time and a lot of understanding, because it is in the continuation. There are certain things to understand at a physical level. There are certain things to experience in the physical realities. Because it is almost the closing time, 9:28. So today we will close the session only on one note. Honestly, it genuinely does not matter whether the past lives are real or they are in my imagination. But at the same time, understanding that what happened in another time zone, another reality, my subconscious mind does not understand that it is my past. It constantly programs my present, what we call Deja vu happening. We feel very angry by seeing someone. You have the fear and the phobias of height, lizards, and when all those things happens, then there is definitely some connection that it has with your past. And it is better that we allow ourselves to identify that pattern, identify where is it coming from, and allowing ourselves to reverse it as well. The topic is vast. I will close it here on this point and pick it up from this point only, and tomorrow continue from here. So thank you so much everyone for joining. We will dwell deep into this subject. We'll understand a lot, and probably we may allow ourselves to experience it as well. I will go with the flow, what the divine guides me. But I had a very strong calling to take this week past life regression, and we have broken the chain of working with the physical pain. So we will continue with this tomorrow, respecting everyone's time and what we have decided half an hour to invest into ourselves to make the better version of ourselves, emotionally empowering ourselves. This week is being invested into empowering our soul energy. We worked on empowering at emotional level, we started with physical level. This week is completely empowering your soul's energy, which is the powerhouse for you. Thank you with lots of gratitude. We'll see you all tomorrow, 9 a.m. Any questions that you have regarding past life regression, please put it on the group, put it on the YouTube. Very happy to answer you, all of them. Without waiting for Friday, please put it. I would really be happy to answer you that. Thank you.